A system that captures sunlight, stores the energy within itself, and continues working quietly long after the light is gone. No wires, no external batteries, just a solid surface converting carbon dioxide into usable fuel. It sounds almost impossible, but recent researchers from China suggest this may already be real. To understand this, let's start with something familiar: the photosynthesis. Plants take carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight and convert them into stored chemical energy. In other words, they don't just use sunlight, they store it. Now imagine recreating that idea artificially. But instead of producing sugar, we produce combustible fuel that can be stored, transported, and used when needed. This is artificial photosynthesis. At the center of the system are two materials: tungsten dioxide, which absorbs sunlight and generates energetic electrons, and silver, which acts as a catalyst, using those electrons to drive chemical reactions. When light hits tungsten dioxide, electrons gain energy and move. These electrons reach the silver surface where they interact with the carbon dioxide and convert it into carbon monoxide, a key building block for fuels like methanol. So sunlight is effectively converted into chemical energy stored in fuel. Now, here is a critical point. Tungsten trioxide itself is not new. In conventional systems, it absorbs light, generates electrons, and drives reactions, but only when sunlight is present. The moment light disappears, the electrons lose energy and the reaction stops. In this new approach, however, the same material behaves differently. It is engineered with tiny imperfections, something like missing oxygen atoms that create energy traps inside the structure. These traps act as microscopic holding points, allowing some electrons to be stored temporarily instead of recombining immediately. So, even after the light is gone, these stored electrons are slowly released, continuing the reaction in the background. In simple terms, earlier systems were like a solar panel directly running a machine. Once the sun was gone, everything stopped. This system behaves more like a solar panel with built-in battery. Except here, the battery is inside the material itself. This changes how we think about solar energy because sunlight in the real world is never constant. Clouds pass, intensity fluctuates, and night stops everything. But a system that can store and release energy internally can continue operating through these interruptions, making it far more efficient. Some experiments even suggest significant performance improvements under controlled conditions. This concept is also being explored in environments like Tiangong Space Station, where efficiency is critical. Astronauts continuously produce carbon dioxide, and systems like these could convert that carbon dioxide back into usable fuel, creating a closed loop life support cycle. Back on Earth, these implications are just as powerful. Solar plants could store energy directly as fuel, industries could convert carbon emissions into usable products, and renewable energy could be stored and transported more effectively. In many ways, this bridges the gap between energy generation and storage. At the same time, this technology is still in its early stages. Challenges remain in scaling, long term stability, and cost, especially of silver and real world performance. But these are engineering problems and not fundamental limitations. The next steps are clear: replacing expensive materials, extending energy storage duration, producing liquid fuels directly, and integrating with existing solar systems. This is where the next wave of innovation will emerge. What we are witnessing is not just a new material, it is a shift in how we think about energy. From something we generate in moment to something we can store, transform, and reuse intelligently over time. The future of energy is not just about producing power, but about sustaining it. Don't forget your formalities to our channel. Nandri, Vanakkam.